accurate local forecast with meteorologist Jackson Chastain starts now.
Pretty cold outside, 48 in Lancaster right now. Some of us are in the 50s, some in the 40s. It really just kind of depends on where you are this morning. Now, if you're further west, you are definitively in the 40s, but for us here, it's a mix and a match, hovering around 50, but locally higher or lower. And we're not going to warm up too much further from where we're already at. The cold polar air that we've seen from this cold front, well, it's pushed on through, and it's going to bring us, well, it's only going to allow us to get into the upper 50s, really. I mean, I think we stay below 60. The front itself has pushed on past. The only thing remaining now is higher pressure. Now, that's going to help us in the coming days, just not today. And it usually, and this makes sense, because usually the day after a cold front arrives is typically the coolest or coldest day you see the day right after. And so today is that day, especially for the highs anyways. We're going to stay well below that average of 70 degrees. Now, we approach it as we get closer and closer to your Friday, to your Saturday. By Thursday, we're sitting at 67 degrees, so that's a little bit better. Still relatively, cool and subdued, and combine that with the fact that dew points stay in the 30s as well, and that's really, it's going to make it a dry cold. The only problem with that, really, it kind of chaps your fingers and stuff like that because the air is just so dry. It sucks the moisture out, and so, that's maybe not ideal. Put some lotion on for that, but overall, I would say very seasonable for the time of year we're at. We have another cold front actually on tap. That's going to be next weekend. You can see it right here arriving just early Friday. Once we get into Saturday and eventually into Sunday, that air mass will have made its way into the Northeast, and it's going to bring us that nice, reinforcement of that cool polar air. And so, we're not done with this yet, and we're not going to be done with it. I mean, we're getting every day we're getting closer and closer to winter, and while we do that, we're going to continue to cool down. Now, this is associated with another rain chance, that second front, so that's something we'll be watching out for. It looks pretty robust. The models have actually been pretty consistent so far with depicting this rain chance, so we'll see exactly how that kind of shapes out, but it looks a lot better than it did for the rain chance just a few days ago, so that's something to keep in mind. In the meantime, though, very, very dry. Definitely jacket weather to start your day, even jacket weather pretty much to go about your day as well. Relatively stable, consistent. We do warm up at the end of the week, which is good, but Kayla, I know that you love the fact that we're getting into this kind of weather. Not too cold, but cold enough
yes,
that you can kind of layer up and it feels good.
Yes, definitely.